All right. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the little town of Phandalin. Well, just on the outskirts of town. The party from last we took off. We all sort of gathered in a sort of happening of circumstance. A few of you traveling together on a cart, heading towards a town of Phandalin with somewhat similar goals, although you might not know it yet. And coming from the abandoned town of Coneybury, one Grim and one Lark had come travelling also in search of this blight that had been hitting the surrounding forest. Didn't take long upon getting close to the town that an almost fight broke out, and all of you got to get a little sense of who you were fighting with. There were spirits that were summoned and taken away, and one of your party members had been stabbed and was brought back to life with the power of the light. As you all fought off these goblins, managing to get a few killed, but the rest running away, you both decided to pack in for the night. Not too far from where you guys battled. Um, as we do, you all sort of noticed that the pale-skinned Shirakai who had been travelling with you, as if he wasn't ready to pack it in, decided to leave on his own accord and head towards Phandalin, seemingly having business that he had to attend to post haste. And as the tents were set up and people started getting ready for bed, you all witnessed this large hulking tree man called Grim as he sort of set up next to this other tree and just almost as if planting his toes into the ground, sinking in, started sprouting as if he was his own little tree and resting inanimate amongst all you guys. Um, with that, if anybody would like to take a first watch, we could have three of them. I'll get one of you to take first watch. I think at the time there's Andre, the driver, Grimcan if you need, Lark, Akiron, and Valdi.
I can take first.
All right. Akiron, I'll get you to roll a perception check for me.
Just like hold on.
As I pull out my large
Nice. 20.
Right off the start with a
Winning.
bang.
apologies.
Is that a gold monster or so you drinking then?
Yes. Yes.
Making me want to go grab mine out of the fridge, mate.
The pineapple. This gold one's so good.
Oh, fucking hell. $6 from the dairy down the road, you get two of them, mate. It's great.
$2.49 at Pack and Save.
Yeah, that's a bit out of my way on foot.
Anyway.
Akiron, as you offer yourself up to do the first watch, as everyone settles down, picking up for a long rest, you sit there amongst these people, just sort of strange gathering of different creeds and appearances and colours. You've been around people a lot, but never some as strange to you. As you sit out, you hear a sound coming from behind you. What do you do?
I'm just going to... Is that a tent? I'm just going to stand so I can peer back into the darkness to see if I can see anything. Yeah, just that for now.
You as you stand up and poke your head out, you can hear the sounds of the fire. This fire that is burning, crackling away. This sort of instead of fire. And you can hear this rumbling behind you, just this almost scratching and scraping. As you turn around, you with your elven heritage have dark vision, although you know with the dark vision of an elf, you never quite see things as clearly as say if you had a torch or something, but you do manage to look through the darkness and see shades of grey all around you. I'll get you to make just one more perception check. See what you catch. Make it with disadvantage. Ooh!
Oh, really?
Yeah. You are.
Fuck.
It's oh, natural 20.
That's
Sorry,
sad.
mate.
That's mean.
That's so bad.
Hey, it's like
Shit happens, man.
Carry on.
natural 20, 2 20s. Right. My gosh. Natural. As you peer around, you sort of almost click, and get a bit tense in yourself as you hold your lantern up to look around. What you see behind you is what looks like to be a little, almost green mist seeping out. When you look to the back, you notice what looks like to be a lump of something underneath the tree. You recall earlier that day the driver wanting to sort of get as much obstructions out of the way had asked for help moving the cart over and trying to move bodies and stuff to a different edge of the camp away from you guys, and you can see what looks like to be a large outline of a large horse that had been killed prior to you guys getting there. You see this green mist seeping out of it, and you can hear like a cry, like a squeal as it starts swaying towards your lamp. As it moves closer and closer, it's almost as if you can hear dragging inside your head of something trying to resist it as it the sound of this horse scraping against its will. Doesn't take long until you can see the hind legs of this thing just get pulled, and it gets dragged into your lantern. After that, it's pure silence. All right, I'll get to make another watch if someone wants to do sneak and watch.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Roll a perception check for me.
16.
15?
16.
Oh, 16? As you hear the rustling of this this person next to you sort of get in and feel a pat on your shoulder to wake you up for watch, you sit yourself up and you can see this leather cloaked gentleman sort of hang his lantern up next to him, sort of sleeping underneath its shade or underneath its dimly green light. As you pass the camp, you can see this tree in front of you, and upon closer inspection, as you see the fire light illuminated, you can see the face of it and what looks like to be straps and bits of twigs and branches all sort of hanging off it. But with that, nothing eventful happens. I'll get one more person to do a night check.
Yeah.
Alright. Make a perception check for me.
Oof. Andre is very tired.
Natural one.
What have you been doing? You've not been sleeping, mate.
Alright. Give me a second. So.
He'd sleep well enough.
Well, give me a second
was a thought.
while everyone dies. No, just checking.
The goblins are back. No.
This should do. Oh, wait, no.
Right, just get those net ones out of the way
Yeah,
now.
get them out now.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good. It's good.
Damn. Well, it was a net 1 plus 2.
Andre,
Damn, I used my net 20.
hey, it didn't count. You'll get another one. No. Andre,
Mm-hmm.
as you get up for your watch, you sort of shake off a bit of sleep dust from your eye as you put your helmet back on, and you look up and you know that the darkness has never been one for you. When night comes, it's almost as if you're fighting with your own natural instinct to try and fight it back, to search for light, or to become the light. As you sit, you try to perceive anything in the darkness, looking around. All you manage to see are two sources of light from behind you as you sit atop this cart, almost making like a makeshift ramp and like a little lookout area of the cart where you've been resting. You see this red fire, now just embers sitting there crackling away. In front of that fire, this tree, which is softly just swaying in the breeze. And behind it, you can see this green light as it just pulses. As you stare at this green light, it's almost as if the more you stare at it, the more you want to get closer to it. You can feel the sort of need to just drawn to light, as if you're a moth to a flame. What do you do?
So do I know that it's the lantern? Or is it just some weird green light that
You
I
definitely
see?
do. You can tell from the way that you've seen the light react in the darkness, and from where it is in the position, that this is the lantern that you had seen Akiron carrying around with him. You hadn't really noticed anything too strange earlier. Your mind sort of drawn to other things. And it seems only now it hits you that this lantern that's staring in front of you has piqued your interest.
I guess I'll start walking towards it.
All right.
Would I hear anything? Or
As you stare at this lantern with your perception, it's almost as if the whole surroundings, the sound of the fire, the breeze, the trees, any footsteps, any noise that the surrounding area would give. It's purely focused on this lantern.
Good choice of music just to put that out there. At the moment, it's pretty dramatic.
As you move closer and closer to this lantern, you can hear what sounds like to be an almost hum or a static noise, almost whispers, or as if you'd been sleeping with a bunch of people next to you, and just the sound of breathing or people whispering and hushing next to you. As you get closer and peer into this light, you could almost see things inside of it just whirling around, things that aren't reacting the way night. It's not flickering, it's moving, and it's reacting to you staring at it. I'll get you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And here comes a natural 20.
Wisdom saving throw. Here we go. 5.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, have you got a new character sheet? No, just joking.
Go watch of the night and get sucked into a lantern.
Am I able to make a perception check to?
You're asleep.
No, softly sleeping, to be able to know if, like, sense him getting too close.
I'll get you
to the lantern
to make a. Oh, it'll be perception. What's your natural perception? Let me
just
14. Okay. I'll get. Right. 14. Sleepers. Akiron, as Andre moves closer to you, inside, as you sleep, you can hear the sounds of voices sort of asking you, why son? You can hear people crying, you can hear people screaming, no, I don't want this, please. You can hear the sound of a woman crying, and this sound is new to you. It's almost gathered as you sort of sleep. You walk through almost a room or maze of different areas and shadows. You can see what looks like to be these green figures, all just looking to you for help and for guidance. As you brush through them, you can see this widow crying. You can see. So, make a perception check real quickly. This is in the dream. 18. You see a figure, and it's almost as if this figure is trying not to get your attention. There, almost trying to evade your gaze, but it's almost as if you sense that something is trying to hide from you. You see the face of. No, wrong one. If I have it, if not, apologies. There's so many. You've got so many spirits, it's hard to find them.
We're gonna have to make a yearbook soon.
Yeah. It's gonna be you click the spirits like Pokemon cards. you see the face of this figure staring at you. As all these other figures and spirits all seem to cry. You can see a horse in the distance, in pain, trying to get out of wherever he is. I'll just blow it up so you can. And behind all of them, you can see this face looking at you, just watching you pass through. Meanwhile, in the real world, Andre, as you step into this light, you hear the voice of this person into your mind. He says, Can you hear me? Is anyone there? Hello?
Hello?
Oh. Tried so hard. I don't know where I am. I don't know what she's done. But I must leave. Where am I?
Leave where?
I feel like I am neither living nor dead. In between rows. I don't know how long I've been here. Where am I?
I can't see you. I don't know where you are. I don't know what is this?
Who would put me in this prison? Please. I don't know if you can. But you must free me. You must free us. You start hearing the sound and cries of people sort of screaming and yelping in pain, all sort of screeching inside your head. It almost sears you and burns you as these voices start echoing through. You can hear the sound of a horse almost begging for his life and a woman crying. These countless voices just screaming out. Some are complaining, some are annoyed, some don't know where they are, some of this just pure angry as they sort of try to fight for a way to free themselves. You hear it always deafens you as you close your eyes. They all stop and goes, whoever's done this to us can't be good. We've done nothing wrong. Akiron, as you hear people screaming suddenly just break out, you look at the face of this person and you remember it being the first person that ever went inside that lab. As they stare at you, almost through their mouth torn asunder and their hair grown long, their nails piercing out of their skin, and a familiar cloak that you also wear. They just close their eyes and disappear. You wake, Akira, to see Andres standing over you, staring at the light. You can see that the sun is up, starting to rise, and this almost, if he wasn't wearing a helmet, dumbstruck look on his face. You just see this person just staring at you, staring at this lamp, with a wisdom saving throw of 5. Andre,
Yep.
You see this movement and sort of instinctually look as you see this person staring back at you. And Akira, you can see although not drawn, almost as if like reactively, his hand is grasping and his sword is starting to light up. As that is, everyone else wakes up. And what are you all doing?
All that on a net 1.
Either terrible things or great things happen on criticals.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There was a lot of information. So Andre's just standing there, still looking at the lantern.
Yeah,
hand on sword.
As Archeron, you feel a movement come from Archeron as he sort of just sits up and just stares, almost giving you like a what? Like, you know, when someone's just slowly coming to, as he just stares at you. And Andre, as these noises stop, and almost as if sorry, I'll change the music in a minute. Almost as if your senses all just start flooding back to you as you hear this helping screams, and then and now you can hear the sound of like a stream. It's almost as if, you know, you've gone deaf, and now it's just a flood of sensory overload. As you can hear like streams, almost a mile off, and the trees and birds all starting to wake up. Voldy, as you wake up, you look to the left of you, and you can see Andre standing over there. Although he doesn't look too threatening, just almost as if slightly startled. My apologies, you good. I'll just change this music. From behind you guys, you hear a good morning, travelers. How did everyone sleep today? I guess everybody's up. You're all early birds, huh? You see, he walks over to this tree that's in front of him, and like almost gets behind it. You can hear the sound of running water before. Oh, as Grim just sort of stands up and moves out of the way as this sort of stream of unidentified liquid almost hits him, and then sort of moves to the side. He goes, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had a... Oh, yes. Yeah, that's very strange indeed.
Man's got peed on.
Was it peeing on Grim?
It's unidentified liquid. So.
Like you notice this old semi-frail man, still bloody on his thing, as he had tried to like take a pee on on this large tree that he saw. And when it moved, he sort of he's sort of startled. You notice him sort of put something back in his pants, and he just sort of and just runs off behind you guys and takes a leak in the tree.
A man pees in the middle of a camp.
He old.
The man who don't care about others.
He's definitely got that old man energy where he just doesn't care. Like, he definitely gets naked in the gym changing room with everyone watching.
Oh, for sure.
This is also very...
That's Grim, right? It's the tree, eh?
Yeah. You see Grim sort of stand up and disconnect himself like as it walks over to you. He looks at you, and then you see what seems to sprout from his many sort of branches and trees from his hair. He picks off a berry and hands it to you. What do you do?
Can I store the berry away and then snap another branch off him?
Roll
hostile.
Roll a strength check.
Got wood, I guess.
It's not me you need to be worried about.
Yeah, it's the old man. He just pees where he
He
pleases.
just pees. His acidic pee-pee.
Between that and Lark's healing spit,
Yeah.
quite the journey we're on.
15. As he goes to hand you the berry, as you grab this, look, you can feel the message. He's like, "What are you doing?" You like snap. He's like, "Oh!" He sort of looks at you and he goes to like sort of almost like flick, like like he uses his sort of viney growthy hands to like whip your butt, but like he misses completely. It's like he's like, these things are real, right? They connect to me. It's not like your hair. You hear this grizzled. So that's my version of Grim. Sorry, Mecca. As this message goes through your head, the rest of the party, what you can just hear is just a as he turns around and looks at all of you, Valdi, he walks up to you and he waves, and almost as if he's trying to say hello. When he waves at you, he just sends Cyclops back at you, but it's in your voice. As you just Cyclops, and then just sort of waves. Andre, he looks at you, and waves and says, "Hello there," and your and exactly your voice.
I'll just say it right back. Hello there. Good morning, my sturdy friend.
Kieran, as he looks and sort of gives you away, you get quite alarmed as he goes to say something. All you hear is a but he's just sort of just waving at you. Just it's definitely a clash of he just as he looks at you guys, he pulls out a berry for each of you to take if you'd like to take it.
I shall take one.
I will too.
Right, he gives you one good berry, so they can feed you, they can nourish you for a whole day, and they give you 1 HP, but you don't have to take it now. He just sort of, you see as he plucks these little berries off his it's almost as if like locots just off his head. You see this man comes back and he's like, "Well, I guess it's not today. Little Jimmy doesn't want to work." He just stares at the street. He's like, "Oh, sorry about before." You see Grim sort of turn around and pick a berry and give it to him, and he just mimics the sound of this old man snoring. Just as he goes, he's like, he goes, "Oh, I guess that's how they speak." He goes, "Well, anyway, it seems the night was peaceful enough. I guess we should head to Phandalin, but I must say I am quite alarmed about those goblins. Have any of you ever dealt with goblins as fierce as them? They had weapons and tools. One nearly killed me, which I am thankful for all you for. Of course."
I've come across my fair share of goblins, but none this organized.
Yeah, normally they're just ravenous, unskilled, untrained, less coordinated.
Buddy, you and Andre, as sort of career warriors and hunters, both have a strange feeling that these goblins here are much more than meets the eye. Both of you who are used to dealing with goblins as cannon fodder almost, just an obstacle to an end. You've never seen cannon fodder use actual cannons before. These things, they've definitely outdone themselves. Yes, well, I assume this pathway may be a bit of a problem till it's dealt with, but I guess we can go to Phandalin and see what the deal is there. Unless you wanted to perhaps check the area, hunt them down.
Hmm. I mean, I'm keen to move on to the town. What do you guys want to do?
You see, he looks almost slightly relieved. He goes, thank the maker. I thought we'd be stuck in this forest for a bit longer. That's right with me. I did my part, and I said maybe we should investigate, and we all agreed that we wanted to go home, and I appreciate that. All right, we'll settle up our things and get back on the road.
Okay. So we're just going.
We got 1, 2, 3. Andre, did you have something else in mind?
Nah, Andre will be back later, I guess.
I just want to,
finish them off.
as everyone's beginning to pile onto the cart, can I just stop Andre for a quick word?
Alright, sweet as everybody starts moving stuff away, you almost tap him on the shoulder on the side just to discuss something with him.
Look, I know you saw something. Whatever you saw, disregard it. These people, these things, they deserved everything they got. Disregard it all. I'm not the problem.
That is not what I heard when I went near that lantern.
Look around. Look around. There's someone missing. That's the problem.
Andre, as you look around, you do notice that Talos and Gazriel, although Gazriel said that he was leaving, Talos is also not present this time. And mine strikes back to earlier yesterday when you guys were fighting. It almost as if Talos had vanished for a split second and then popped back up. And now, I guess, as Akiron says these things, it does strike you a bit strange. Although you're unsure if these two things are connected.
It is my duty to root out all evil. Time will tell whether this lantern is nefarious.
You will see. Okay. I am on your side. This lantern, it's my burden. Let me worry about it.
I shall take you on your word for now.
Very well.
You hear a
Just done talking yet. We need to load this cart.
yeah. He said, well, if you do finish with the morning talk, we'll pack up the rest of the stuff. You see, Voldy, and the driver have started packing on most of the stuff, and Lark and Grim are helping out. You notice, Lark, that Grim sort of goes for the top of the cart where all the packaging is, and sort of sets himself on top and just almost as if just trying to breathe in all the sunlight it can. Oh, just in case. Oh, you guys already long rested. That's sweet. Just in case you have a long rest, make sure you take a long rest. Refresh all those abilities. As you all pack in, and leave this area, trace your way back through down through the path. As the carriage leaves, and you go past, you can see the remnants of the skirmish before. There seems to be dried blood and the sort of smell of iron high in the air. They can hear the noise of the trees and brush as you go by, and birds that have started repopulating and twittering away. As you all gather onto the carriage. As you guys making your way through, the driver of the cart, he sort of looks and goes, "So, we have some newcomers. Actually, I'm surprised we met you all the way out here. You, Lark, you see the head of this man sort of poke up from over the top of the carriage. He goes, "So, what's your story?"
We I actually don't know. I'm so sorry. I've totally forgotten why we're with you guys. We're looking for a blight, right? That's
Lark, as you sort of stutter along, just like you hear Grim sort of looking, goes, "We," almost try to coach you into saying what he's saying, as he just sort of messages you, and he's like, "We have come to find
to kill
the
me.
blight." Not to kill. No. You seem like he sort of fights back. He sort of minor illusions the sound of this sort of like, well, it's almost like a cow fart noise, just as he just looks at you. As he sees, he goes, "The blight. We've come here to find the blight. We must save it. We must destroy it. It has hurt so many." You guys all over here, Lark and this driver speaking. Wait, did you guys manage to catch his name?
Is it Tom?
Is it Tom? Oh, Tom. He goes.
His name.
He goes, as he's driving, he goes, "Oh, by the way, my name is Tom." Tom Odor. Not actually from these parts, but my son lives here. He goes, you've all had a bit of a travel. You guys, where did you guys come from?"
He came from a small village out in the middle of the fucking nowhere.
Take you back to the small village
Up in the mountains.
Up in these icy cool mountains. It's strange, you know, that the cold never bothered you anyway, as you all just sort of sat half dressed, like just
Wow.
furs.
Was that a Frozen
Wow.
reference? Was it a Frozen reference?
Get out of there. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, never bothered me anyway.
That's it for Legends of Phandelver. I'll catch you next.
Better write that down. Actually, Frozen reference.
Yeah,
was
Frozen
made.
references one. You hear what's that? And you recall staring once again from your village, looking back at this large mountain that sort of your village is in the shadow of, as you stare up at this figure, this giant figure that's carved into the mountain. And you remember briefly the sort of battles and your task that you'd been given by your patron, your god, the frost giant Emir, who was worried about this happening going on in a different part of the world and how it felt connected to you. So he sent you on a quest to reclaim some glory. Well, not reclaim, to claim glory. This talk of blight, Valdi, it does register with you because it seems that Lark and Grim are on the same mission as you, trying to find this whatever this evil is. Not sure what it was, but just knowing that it's some type of blight, some type of sickness. And as you get closer and closer, you can see in the distance the sound, like the sight of a skyline of smoke, no smokestacks, just chimney tops, just sweeping, and you can see the houses as they just start getting into view. And as you get closer to this, these houses, you can see trees around have begun wilting and turning black and crumbling around. Anybody who wants to have a look at them, I'll get you to make a perception check.
Sweet.
Oh, Will.
Oh, oh my. Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
Whoa!
20, well, the
Calm
25,
down.
what do we got? We got 11, 6, 11, 25. As you all look at these branches and trees as you go past, you do see what, if anybody said a blight, that this would be the blight. Lark, as you stare at this, it almost brings a sadness to your heart. You notice what looks like to be a small squirrel or something sort of next to this blighted tree as it tries to forage and look for food. And you can see with your perception of 25, its fur is all matted as it sort of like as it tries to like eat something, and almost as if it's coughing, like trying to swallow whatever it is it's trying to eat. As you pass these trees and get closer, you notice you can hear the sound of people sort of talking and just that general sort of villager noise, just the sound of hammers banging, the dogs and sheep, and the sound of livestock moving around, and you can see this large ark starting to get closer to you as it reads Phandalin over the top. As you enter the town, you notice a few individuals sort of standing next to the side, their arms crossed, and they have these red scarves over their neck and over their face as they just watch you enter. Lark, with your perception of 25, as you guys get into Phandalin, you notice that where the sort of sign is are these old, corroded, damaged walls, which look like to have been years old. And as you get into those walls, the trees and the vibrancy, the sort of life inside this area is flowing, it's growing. There seems to be bountiful. You can see orchards and wheat fields all risen, and a general happiness. Although these scarfed individuals do take you a bit hairy. All right, as you all near past the sort of threshold of the area, you see this large building, and you hear Tom sort of poke his head up. He goes, well, I've got to make a stop here at the general store. This is Barthen's. He's a good man. Don't tell him I said that. He's my brother. Yes, don't tell him I called him a good man. I know what I was thinking. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to drop some stuff off. If you guys want to buy something. He sort of, as he points around, he goes, if you follow the pathway south, just a few houses over, you will find the Stonehill Inn. And he goes, and just to the right of Barthen's, you can find a smithy if you need to get any weapons or armor. He goes, I won't be too long. I will try to find you. He goes, but if you need to, you have the Stonehill Inn where you can get some food or alcohol. There's also a pub, Sleeping Giant Tavern. I'm not sure if that's any good. Wasn't last time I was here. Anyway, as you guys pull up, I'm not even gonna put the fog on. Don't worry. Get to this building, large, and as you can see, it's got this sign that hangs over the top of it, just sort of dangling from these chains, wood and engraved, and it's got this yellow paint, sort of in the engraving as it reads Barthen's. He pulls his cart over to the left side of the road, right next to the shop, and starts unloading all the sort of goods that he had been ferrying, as well as your stuff. What do you do?
I'll just start helping him take his stuff off for the moment.
All right. As you take all these stuff off, you notice what looks like to be general supplies. There's grain, a lot of grain, and not really weapons, but more like farmers' tools, metals that he's brought in from Neverwinter. As he looks, he goes, "Oh yes, thank you." He goes, "I'm just going to talk to Bath, and if you want, you guys can come in. I'm sure he'll appreciate the service, the sales. You guys are interesting fellows. I'm sure you'd have something to say." Vaughn, you don't mind that you are shot? You get raged.
It's a bit chilly out, boy.
Yeah. You feel the cold hit you. As he walks inside, did you guys want to follow him in?
I will.
All right. As he walks into the building, sort of carrying some of the supplies that he had pulled off, you guys all sort of follow him in, and you hear the sound of a bell just sort of clink clink, ringing. You hear this voice sort of call out like, "Hello, oh, well, Tommy Olo." You see this Tom almost like, "Oh God." He goes, "Hey brother, how are you, Elmar?" Yes. "Well, I didn't think you'd come around here. Back to this little skunk hole of a town." I haven't. The icons are not showing up, so please don't be alarmed. Right. Having some icons or two. As he sort of sits the stuff down, he goes, "Yeah, well, we had a bit of a issue on the road, but as you could see, we're here and here's your supplies." He goes, "Good." He goes, "What are these? Your bodyguards?" He's like, "Well, they're travelers. They traveled with me." As well, good. He goes, "I suppose my brother got up to some mischief on the way." And he looks at his clothes. He goes, "Well, you don't even dress right." You guys also remember back, Oloro or Tom getting stabbed in the stomach and almost bleeding out on the side of the road. He doesn't seem to be mentioning this part to Alba. He just said, "Oh yes, it was a bit troublesome." He just sort of looks you over and goes, "Well, Anyway, thank you for the help. You see, Alma hands over what looks like to be 600 gold pieces. He looks over to the other guys and goes, well, you guys did save my life. As he hands over each of you 50 gold pieces and takes 50 for himself.
Oh, we.
He goes,
Nice.
well, thank you for looking after my brother. He goes, as he looks, he goes, Tom, if you're looking for your son, he is down at the Stonehill Inn, as always, drinking away with his stupid friends. He's like, well, I'll go see him, I guess. As he just sort of wanders around, you'll notice these two guys, younger gentlemen, are hanging around the stall there. One seems to be in his almost late teens. He's got what looks like to be a moustache that he's been nursing. As he just sort of is filling the shelves as he gets called over by Barthen, the owner of the shop, and who tells him to go fetch the rest of the supplies. And you see this little boy sort of, excuse me, as he sort of walks past you guys, and then he looks up at Grim. Actually, he looks up at all you guys and just sort of, oh wow, are you at a circus or something? Has it come to town? He just looks at all, just, wait, he sort of butts his way, sort of weaves his way through all of you. He goes, so, Alba looks at you. So, if you need any supplies, be sure to tell me. I have pretty much anything general goods wise, but if you're after weapons, you have to see Lened at the Lion Shield costume, although they were having a bit of a supply issue. We haven't had much supplies. As he looks, he sort of goes, actually, you guys are the most recent travelers we've had in this town in a long time. Not sure why. But these resources are greatly needed. As he walks off with his brother. You see this little mustachioed guy sort of walk over and goes, alright, hey, how can I help you? Welcome to Barthen's Inn. Oh, well, Barthen's General Goods. Can I get you anything?
Can I get this water skin refilled?
Oh, yeah. Oh, just, yeah, of course. You guys don't even need to pay for that. You can go outside. There's a little trough. He sort of, he points out outside the door, and sort of directs, as if someone's like just pointing where it is, but obviously there's walls all in the way. He points behind you, sort of to the northeast. He goes, feel free to use it. He goes, if there's any colouring in there, let me know. Bloody Ella's been in there again with her dyes. I'm sure it's not poisonous, although I wouldn't drink it. You're free to go get some water. As you guys walk around, you can see what looks like to be different fruit and vegetables, instruments, just these sort of handcrafted, wood-carved musical instruments all over the table. You can see what looks like to be grappling hooks and toolkits, and scrolls, or just sort of bits of parchment paper all over the tables. Yeah, my bad, guys. All the tokens that I have gone. It's because
They've disappeared.
Yeah, I updated my structure, my file structure in Google Drive, because they were like it was anarchy, but I just realized that in doing that, it literally deletes all the it deletes all the tokens, so I have to re-put them all in. But you guys,
Oh dear.
yeah. Grim just sort of looks around and not really having much use of anything in here, just goes outside, and you can assume he's chilling out next to a tree. You see this mustachioed boy just sort of nervously like looks at all you guys just sort of standing uh, around. Like he looks at you and he seems to be staring at your tattoos. What do you do?
So like on this on the table behind me, are there any like lock picking kits or anything?
From what you can see a bunch of different tools and stuff. You see this boy. Don't this isn't his icon, but just this little mustachioed guy. Like what you see, he's a bit shorter than you, but maybe like what are you like 6'2" or something? quite tall. Or tall 6'4". He sits at about maybe like 5'11". He's sort of bulky, like a muscular size. He looks over, goes, pokes his head over, goes, "Are you right? Are you after something?" He goes, "Nice tattoos, by the way. I dig them. Are they moving?"
Yes.
You just sort of pull your arm out, just like do the. He goes, "Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you got heaps of. Whoa, what's that? Is that an owlbear? I've never seen one of those. Have you seen one?" On Andre, you can see as this person's talking to Lark as she holds her arm out. You can swear for a second you can see this owlbear just sort of traveling up her arm as it just looks at this guy staring at it, and just like silently just lets out a roar at him. He's like, "That's pretty wicked. Do you think you could do me? The tattoos, I mean." You see him like nervously cough.
That would
Just to
be a
clarify.
hard no.
You see, like he's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you have to be some type of." You see, he just starts fiddling with his moustache, like you have to be some type of strong warrior for that, right? I guess. Anyway,
I must have been snorting too much cocaine.
yeah, he's like,
The mustache.
he's so very like what is it? Nervous about his moustache. Like, "Hey, you see, I'm a grown up now. Look at this shit." Baldy, he is quite intimidated by your beard, just sort of just standing there, just long, giant, macho beard.
While he's intimidated, then I'm gonna. How much is one of those guitars?
A lute. As you pull off, they just like point the lute at him. He looks. He's like, "Oh." Starts trying to like frisk out his stash. She just walks over and goes, "The loot. Oh, that is." As he pulls open this book, it has a look how much a loot is. No. He starts searching through. Oh yes, a loot. It's actually not that expensive, and also there is no price on here. You know what? I'm just gonna go on a limb. As he just awkwardly stares at you, he goes, $2 gold?
Oh,
Yes.
wait, I want to buy a loot.
Alright.
I flick him 2 gold pieces.
Oh, so you play instruments as well?
I'm gonna learn.
As Andre pulls out his own loot that he has.
Oh, no.
Says, "We can be loot buddies."
Loot bros.
That means 2 things.
Yeah.
I don't know what that other one means.
Loot. Looping.
As you hand them over 2 gold, he looks. He goes, "Oh, I found the price." And then he like, as the money comes coming his way, he goes, "Oh, damn it, this is definitely coming out of my paycheck. Because you see how much loot costs? He just he puts a, he goes, enjoy. What about you? Are you like the lead singer? Are you a bat? You've got the tattoos. You must be like a drummer. And you, that thing you have, that's, sorry, accents are not very good. That thing you have, it must be like, oh god, I sound like Elba. A microphone or something? It was meant to be Cockney, right? A microphone or something? Are you like, I know that some people, they have like, a roadie, I think they're called. I know this band called Jack the Black and the Mystical Jacks. And they have this person whose own job is just to set off fireworks. Is that what you do with the light?
I laugh and pat Kieran on the back.
Seems you are our roadie.
I'm just going to walk over to the fruit stand. Don't say a word.
I'll start playing my lute.
And I'll try mimic.
Get you guys both to roll performance checks.
Oh boy.
Okay. This is what I was waiting for. It's my time to shine.
I'll let Andre go first, and I'll do mine.
Come on.
While they do that really quickly, can I
12.
Is it apples?
There's
Oh my
simply,
gosh.
as you look through, you can see apples amongst a 12 and a 4.
I got a 12, baby.
You see apples on the bench. And these are quite sort of what's the word? Sort of almost fresh, almost overwhelming in their sort of quality. You've never seen an apple so red or so green, depending on how you like your apples.
Apple.
Purple, yeah. You see one, you go, this apple is fine. It's a mandarin. But you do notice a bunch of apples. As you walk over, you hear the strange sound of these two people just clanging on their lute. You see the guy with the mustache. He looks over. He's like, "Yeah." Like, is he still trying to search the table for thieves' tools? He just sort of bends over. He goes, "Hey, is this like a performance art or something? Is this like sarcastic? Like they play bad on purpose?"
Oh,
Yep,
man.
that is exactly
It's a comedy show. Yeah.
I knew it. I saw one before. There was this band that came in. Oh, it must have been like 2 months ago. They were called Flight of the Griffins. There were these two of them. they were amazing. Best folk comedy duo I've ever seen. But you know what? I think these two, they could definitely take it to the top. Number one, because they are quite funny. By the way, sorry, you're looking for something?
Oh, man, it's sad. I got a 12. Come on, man.
I got a 4.
It's the mixture of you and
both of us,
Andre playing like a version of Nothing Else Matters, and at the same time of Andre trying to like play Nothing Else Matters, like Valdi is like playing Smoke on the Water at the same time.
Let it go.
It's just mashing together. You're creating some fusion right now. I'll let it go.
Both those songs in real life.
Valdi's like, but in his head it's like. Sorry, Lucky looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're after something, guys. I apologize. Damn it. I apologize."
I'm looking for like a thieves something kit or anything that has like lockpicks.
Lockpicks? What on earth do you need that for? Are you a locksmith? Anyway, so that's none of my issues. He just stares at your tattoos. He goes, "Oh, nice, a rabbit. That's cool." As he walks over, he goes, he pulls. He looks through. He goes, "Well, these are specialized kits. There, we don't really sell much of these here. We don't really have much of locksmiths, but we have to get the smithy to make them." As he hands it over, he goes, "I think I remember the price of these. One moment, they're like 25 gold." Yep. As he looks over, he goes, "They are a specialized kit." He goes, "Well, that'd be 25 gold."
Would you be willing to give it to me for 10 gold and a sandwich?
Make a persuasion check.
So good.
Oh, wow.
As he looks at
Tom's not
you,
gonna like that you pawned his sandwich off for lockpicks.
as he looks at you, as you pull out the sandwich, he
Oh my
goes,
god.
"COT."
Oh my god.
He looks
no
at the
way.
sandwich, looks at the 10 gold. At this point, you see Alma and Tom sort of come back as they seem to be squabbling amongst themselves, putting stuff down. As he walks in, he looks at I don't even know his name. He walks in and says to this man, to this young guy, he goes, "Hey, remember, Grant? No discounts for pretty ladies." You see Alma like give this like wink, and then Tom's just sort of awkwardly like, "I apologize." He's but he sort of leans over and looks at the sandwich. He goes, "You haven't eaten it, have you? You haven't had
No.
it? Hey,
No.
It has bacon in it too.
bacon?
It's insane.
No way!" As you sort of peel it open, he looks through. He goes, "Oh, you know what? It's a deal. Take it."
No way.
He goes, but as you hand over, he goes, but. Don't have to be now. Don't have to be ever. You gotta show me where to get those tattoos from. I need one. I reckon I could be a real hit with the ladies. Start stroking his stash. Just. You promise? I'm
Yes.
trusting you like a friend. He goes, Pinky promise. This is how we do it in Phandalin.
Okay, I accept his pinky promise, but I will need his name to remember that.
You as he tells him, goes, "Name's Grod, by the way. My little brother, Larp. He's also here. We're from Coneybury. Have you heard of it? Our parents were killed in the blight, but we managed to make it out. What's your name? Oh, Elven Queen."
Oh my god.
So before can I ask what I bought? I just need to quickly add it before I get.
Oh yeah, so
lost.
you add one thieves' tools to your equipment, and take out 10 gold and a sandwich.
My name is Lot. And I have nothing else to say.
Brutal.
Brutal. Make a perception check.
Okay, give me a second.
As you say, my name is Lark. He's like, oh, light up. And he goes, and I've got nothing else to say as you just turn your back. As you look out, as you turn, you can hear the almost like crushing, or disappointment. He's like, oh, I am terrible. And as you turn, you notice the face of this tall tree man, your friend Grim, just staring at you through the window, just staring at you. As you look in his direction, you just hear in your head,
Oh boy.
real soon. And you have bought one thief's tools. You see, Tom finishes up and goes, well, I'm gonna head down the Stonehill Inn and see my son. If you guys are looking for lodging, I can take you on the way. Yes. As he looks, as you hear this voice from behind Tom Perkin and goes, hey, you tell Tomlin Almar sent you. He'll give you the good bed. At least one of you will get a good bed. You guys share beds? Never mind.
Got enough space in a bed.
Can I
for me,
quickly
isn't it?
buy something?
Yeah, sorry. What are you after?
Yeah, so just as Lark walks away, I'm just going to drop a bag of like 15 apples down on the counter.
He
You
goes,
read you from fucking Death Note, aren't you?
yeah.
I love apples.
They are good. They are good. Are they red apples?
They're red apples.
Baldy, as you look, you see these red apples are bright, shining red, and they, you used to see like those like American like those. They almost look artificial, like they're just so red and so like luscious. Almost for the palmers, you drop all these apples on the bench. It sort of helps Grod get over the fact that he just looked like a total idiot in front of Laugh. He's like, oh, well, yeah, apples, that's good. Oh, these apples come from the finest orchard this side of Phandalin, one Darren Eadsmith. You just sort of look at him, just like, I want my damn apples, man. He goes, oh yeah. He goes, wait, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. That is, I will take 20 copper pieces, if you will.
Copper. I only have gold.
Well, I can take one of those too, if you don't mind. You just hear over this Alma, just like, that's what we like to hear.
Okay. As I reach into my backpack for my gold, I'm just going to rest the lantern on the counter as well. So I'll rest it right in front of him while I reach for 1 gold piece. That's all he's getting.
As you pull this lantern out, Lark, you've gone away from the table, have you?
I think so, yeah.
I'll say that you've moved away. You've started heading. You're just like, no looking back. Walk with pride. Walk with pride. Stride. As this lantern goes on the table, you see all three of the guys and this little boy, Larp, will just sort of stare at this lantern and say, "Oh." You hear Tom sort of say to the others, he goes, no. The things I saw come out of there. He goes, I knew it. I hear Grod say, I knew it. I knew you were a roadie. What was that? Some type of like magical tinderbox.
This is none of your business, kid.
You see, Alma goes, wow, you see, he puts his glasses on and looks over at the lantern. He goes, the thing is this bench here is a sales bench, and we got on here, you wouldn't be putting it up for sale, would you?
Make an offer, old man.
He looks over. He goes, as he looks at this, as he looks over at this lantern, he goes, "You know what? I'm not sure if I'd even sell this. This would be a nice little, adornment on the house. Be like a cool little effect." He goes, "I can give you 78 gold pieces for it."
Nope. I was kidding. Not for sale.
79 gold
Just
pieces.
want apples.
I will give you
Apples.
a whole tray of apples for that lantern.
I flick the old man a gold piece just to shut him up, and grab an apple off the shelf and eat it.
These are expensive apples.
Yeah, as you flick this gold piece, these 2 gold pieces, goes, "Oh, thank you both very much for your patronage. I hope you enjoy your time here at Phandalin. I will shut up now. Come on, God, get lost. We've done all we can." Just like they sort of just waddle off. Voldy, as you bite this apple, it hits you almost immediately. Just the sort of the amount of fluid in it. It's almost intoxicating. Just how much juice you get out of this. It's almost as if you're eating like a not as mushy consistency of like a watermelon, but just how like juicy it is as you bite into it. The rich sort of crisp apple taste comes out
Like
of
a
here.
rose gala.
Yeah, like a delicious rose gala. As you just bite into it with your teeth, you just rip off half of it, just leaving this like half apple. Just start munching down. You could go ahead and add 1 temporary HP.
So does that make my HP 36?
Yeah, so but yeah, just be a plus 1. Yeah.
I still want my bag of apples.
And you see that once they're from the thing, they're just the apples are just sitting on the bench next to your lantern. As he's sort of as he's walked off, he's sort of tied a knot around this bag and just giving you like a little sack of apples.
Yes.
Tom I gotta stop saying sort of. Tom walks out of the building. He goes, "Well, I suppose if you wanted to go to Stonehill Inn this way, you notice that the Larkin Grim, that the cart is gone, and he just sort of saunters on down the road, giving bits of information about the town. Unless there's anything else you guys wanted to do inside Barthen's."
Nah, I'm done
Good.
in Barthen's.
All
I
right.
do want to head to the what is it called? Lion Shield or something?
Lion Shield Costa?
Is that the smithy?
That is so. As you all, I'll just switch to like some casual. Is ASMR weekly. This isn't the right one though. As you all walk down the lane, and he says, "Okay." As he walks, he goes, "All right, to the left over there, you have the local smithy, Mora's Blessing. It's run by a rock breaker. Have you ever heard of them?"
Not to my knowledge, no.
As well, Hugri Rockbreaker is one of the finest smiths in all of Faerun. He runs a shop outside of Neverwinter. You can't miss it to find where his daughter actually owns this one. They actually have a little curiosity, like you guys too. A little smaller robot. Goes by the name Cookie. He cooks food. He goes, "Oh, and sorry, you mentioned Lion Shield Costa." As he's walking down the lane and with you, you see he points about 3 blocks away down this long sort of, it's almost like a main strip. He goes, "You get now down near the end of the lane, you can see what looks like to be, God, accent, see what looks like to be a a giant lion head on one of the houses. That's the Lion Shield Costa. Quite good. Lynette Greywood, she's a fine, strong woman.
You did mention earlier of a tavern or a bar as well. Yes, there is a tavern, sleeping giant tavern. Thank you. Just got Macca's. Where is that exactly?
As he's walking down, my apologies. As he goes down the main road, you can see what looks like to be a street that leads to the left. As he looks, he goes, "Well, over there is Stonehill Inn. That's where you guys can sleep for the night if you have the silver. Although I suppose that won't be a worry today. Because if you keep following that path down to the left, you end up at the Sleeping Giant Inn. They sell grog there, but..."
I take off running towards the tavern.
And he's like, "Oh, okay, there he
Before he
goes. There he
finishes
goes."
speaking.
As you
Drink.
walk, drink. He goes, "Remember, you can't drink at the Stonehill Inn. I didn't want to force you that way, although I guess the tavern is much more of your..." Anyway, as you start leaving towards just this to the area, getting rid of this long-winded conversation, Andre, as he keeps talking to you, goes, "So the Lion Shield Costa, you can find it has a big lion on the shield. I guess that's the name. Lynette Greywood, she runs the Costa. I think she's actually like your friend there. She's what you would call a giant kid. Although she looks quite different to your friend. She's much more armored. That makes sense." And as he points and he shows you, you know what? There's actually a map.
And what was the chick's name that runs it?
Lynette Greywood. She talks about a Lynette, like Linene, and then Greywood. Linen. Ooh, I thought we did have a map. Just to make it easier.
Because it's, I'll be hitting. Because it's the blacksmith, right?
As he says Lion Shield Costa, as you guys are walking past heading towards Stonehill Inn, he makes reference. I'll just say, I'll get you guys. You guys are currently have just gone past here. That's right. Barthen's. So as you guys go to Barthen's over here, I don't know if you can see it on the map, and you're walking down southways. He points to the right. That's where the smithy is, called Mora's Blessing, run by one of the rock breakers. And as he sort of motions down, he points to this next building over to the left of where you guys are traveling, and that's the Stonehill Inn. And then, oh my gosh, look at these guys! What are they doing here?
I was like, who are these dudes?
Yeah, that's the ultimate reality. I can't believe their tokens are still in the game. And then this building here is the Sleeping Giant Tavern. Over here is the Lion Shield Costa. And over here's the church. Okay, so with that, you're going, Voldy, you're heading towards Sleeping Giant Tavern?
Yep.
Alright. And Andre, are you heading towards
The blacksmiths.
Oh yeah, heading towards the blacksmith. And what about the rest of you? Just sort of.
Can I just wander through the streets and just try and suss the place out a bit?
All right.
See what I can see around.
It's cool.
And
Lark.
I stick with Andre.
All right.
Go back.
Both of you heading as you head off with Andre, Grim follows along with you as all three of you head towards the smithy. You see Tom keeps walking along as he goes, "Well, if you need me, I'll be at the Stonehill Inn." Okay, you guys
Thank
all
you.
seem to you all seem to know what you're doing. I won't harass you anymore. It's like just we out of here. Put these little tokens up. So as you're there, all right. So what I'll do, I'll get you guys to roll. Just roll a d20 and we'll see who. Yeah, you're all fighting now. So roll a d20. We'll see who's going first.
Is that me as well, or?
Yeah,
Those are all of us. I got a 17.
17.
12.
16.
16. All right. Let's see. Unless Lark got a lower, I'll take that. So I'm gonna put these here. All right. Andre, as you see, Voldy just sort of march with purpose with Tom, and then when he gets a certain amount of distance, just sort of gets with them and leaves towards where you heard the sleeping giant inn is. You stand outside this large smithy, and you can hear inside the sound of the clanking of hammers that you had heard all the way through getting into town. You stand and there's this large tree just outside the door, and it's almost cut off, like where it's circled around the tree, just this bit of grass that sits outside of it. This tree just sort of sprouts out and covers this grassy area. Grim, he walks over to it and just starts, like, touching the base of it and just sort of almost connecting to it. Behind that tree, you can see these large double doors and these stained glass windows that go all around, or on an angle, almost as if to like shoot light in, like some crazy chapel. What do you do?
I shall walk in to the blacksmiths.
All right. As you walk into this building, like you and Grim, you hear the sound of this clink, 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 clink. And you see this short figure just banging on. They've got long red hair, and they seem to be wearing some glasses over their eyes. As she just sits at this anvil and just starts banging something. You can notice she's got sort of large forearms, and her, like, just ripped from just pounding away at metal for most of her days. Make a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, all of you.
Well, us two.
I'll just say Grim's just chilling. Oh, he got a natural one, so he won't be looking at anything.
Perception.
I got a 5.
Oh, sorry, yeah, just Andre and Lark. Sorry.
Oh,
my bad.
Hey, we.
Carry on then.
Carry on. It shall be done.
Another.
Vorticky.
I got a 16. It's not common.
16. That's not bad. Knock. Knock.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Are there any law heroes in this?
Yeah.
Wait,
broke
like,
the law.
are you a lawful good?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
hilarious.
not.
Oh.
Yeah. Nah, she definitely is.
Knock.
Yeah, she knocks. When she becomes lawful good, knock. You as you all walk into this building, See this woman hammering away on an anvil. From behind you, Lark, you hear this almost something powering on. And you can see this little small, almost as if like a little boy, sitting on a table on a bunch of weapons, just sort of looking at you guys. He's wearing this blue scarf around this neck, and he's just sort of reclined on the table. And his you're not sure if it's his body or if he's wearing some type of body armor, but it's all metal, and his arms are metal, and this little middle face has these two bright blue, almost lapis lazuli eyes that stare at you, and he's wearing a strange helmet, similar to, in the real world, a conquistador helmet. As he powers on, you see this girl turn around and look, and she goes, "Oh, hello. I don't know we had guests. Nissa Rockbreaker, I'm the smithy here. Who are you?"
Lovely to meet you, Nissa. My name is Andre. I wish to use your services.
Well, I am a smithy, and you look like a man with a lot of weapons and armor. I can definitely help you. What can I do for you?
Andre will just pull out his. Hold up. Let me finish.
Whoa! Not that type of service. That's
He just grab his javelins that he's got. His normal javelins.
Oh yeah. As she looks at him, she goes, "Fine weapons. You good at throwing?"
I would say so. Yes.
In terms of your normal javelins, where would you keep your other javelin?
Probably just on my back as well.
As she looks, she goes, "Oh, javelins, we can do that for you. Are you looking? They don't look like they're damaged that much. I suppose I can sharpen the tips or add tips or barbs. I can decorate it if you want."
If you could make them more deadly, that would be appreciated. We did have run-ins with goblins earlier, so more damaging weapons would help.
As she looks at you, make a persuasion check with advantage, because she is quite interested, just because of your general. You look like the type of person she'd help.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
With advantage. $24.
Wow.
24.
That's a heavy hitter right there.
As she looks, she goes, "Now you're talking. I must say, these javelins, you have another on your back. Is that one not good enough for you?"
This is a special holy javelin. I do not think it needs more tinkering at this moment.
I thought I could tell it. You could be a cleric or a paladin. You know, my brother is a cleric for the Knights of Moradin. Have you heard of them?
I have. The carriage driver, Tom, was it? He mentioned them on our way through.
He did. Yes, he's good. My brother is what you would call a forge cleric, and kind of, in our family line, my father, he's, I don't know if you know him, Ugri Rockbreaker, greatest sparse blacksmith in all the land, yada yada yada. And I'm Nissa. I'm also a blacksmith. My brother also
as a smith, but he became a cleric instead, a knight of Moradin. And you look like you could be a knight of Moradin yourself. You're so surrounded in holy light. Is that what you are?
No, I'm not a knight of Moradin. I am a paladin of the sun, you could say.
Oh, the Dawnfather, like the Fander? Or is it Ominator? This question takes you back a bit because you know these names, but you've never had any really real connection to these two gods or these gods that they speak of. Even Moradin, this is just names to you. You've always known it as the light. As you just sort of look a bit puzzled, she goes, "Well, I can almost feel the holy power radiating off you, and I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't help you out on your quest. All right, so what is that?" She just sort of slaps her hands together. You see, as she slaps her hands together, just a sort of soot just sort of flies everywhere. Lark, you just sort of just get hit with this dust, and Grim just sort of takes a step back. Lark, you notice Grim is very nervous around the forge. Starts taking a step backwards, seeing this fire burning. So how many javelins were you giving?
5.
5. All right, I'm gonna need you to roll a d6 for me.
Righty. 4.
4. As you put these 5 javelins on the table, she goes, "I assume you can pay for this, right?"
How much would this cost me?
"Oh, I mean, you can pay it over time. You look like the adventuring type, but I would say," as she looks them over, just sort of, I could probably do about 4. These other ones, I can hone a little bit. But for the 4 of them, sorry, that's not it. Probably all up. Got a cost. She looks at the 4. About 200 gold.
Tell her your dick.
Well, how much was that?
You're just sort of looking for, like, excuse me, what? What? He's like,
Holy shit.
she goes, "Oh, please believe me, the amount of material needed to create something as worthy as it seems they would be for you, it may cost a bit of gold, and I'd say it might have costed more, but you seem like the type." As she grabs, she goes, "Just to show you what I mean," she grabs one of those javelins, and she pulls out her hammer, and you notice this hammer is shining with the gold that you've never seen before. And almost as she pulls it out, and the light from these stained glass windows, which have been shining in, start reflecting off the hammer, it almost gathers the light and just lets out a flare. As you look up, you can see directly above this anvil is this almost like small sort of circular dome hole opening. As she looks up at it, she gives a little smile. She goes, "This is always a bit flashy." And then she like throws her hammer at the hole. As it does, it hits this little lever and poof, it just lets out this massive amount of light just straight down into the anvil. As she catches her hammer back, you notice that as she threw it, and it just sort of hit and just almost boomeranged back into her hand. As she looks out and smiles, she goes, "Well, let's get to work." As she moves over, she flips this hammer through her hand, and she goes, "Mardine, do us proud." As she just starts slapping the edge of your javelin, you look at the amount of sort of pounding she's doing, and you think like, "Oh my god, she's going to break the shit out of my javelin." And she just starts hammering away at it. It takes about maybe a few minutes, and say about 10 minutes of her just banging constantly, and you guys awkwardly look at each other. When she's finished, you can see this almost chic shine off it. You notice she didn't even like put it in the floor. She didn't even melt the metal. She just purely just always smashing something with her hammer. It was bending to her will as she just worked it with the hammer. As she hands it to you, she goes, "All right, throw this one." As she hands you this javelin, she points to where the door is, and you see they're open, sort of facing this tree. What do you do?
Facing which tree?
Facing as you look out, you remember this tree that you guys walked past, this large tree that Grim had Toku with had a bit of a bonding with. As you're now looking directly out at sort of in a straight line, now as you walk past and look at it, you notice that on this side of the tree, in front of it is this large sort of target, like a bullseye.
Yeah, I'll throw it at the bullseye.
All right, roll to hit and add 1. Like add. So roll to hit, and then whatever your score is, add 1. Add another 1 plus 1 to it.
Okay. Alright. Plus 1. Okay, that was a 10.
As you throw this javelin, you watch it just go. Zooming out as it starts spinning through the air. You can see this air sort of wicking as it goes. As you throw it, you can hear and this little automaton to your side just watches it and goes, "Whoa!" As it spins out.
Wow.
Grim and Lark, you see this thing go hurling towards the tree, and then you just see it dip and just sort of sputter on the road.
Oh man.
That's how he needs 4.
You see this little automaton just look over at the javelin and look back at you and just sort of just look at this and just shake his head just sort of walk off. He starts
Must be an off day for me.
He goes, "Okay." And she goes, "Well, it's not always the hits that count." And she goes, as she looks at it, looks at you, she goes, "Call it back."
Pardon?
Call it back.
Oh, hell yeah.
How would I? What do I say to call it back? I didn't give it a name.
Yes, you are the master of those weapons, and you have your God with you. If you will it, it will follow.
Andre will just look at it as it's lying in the middle of the road.
As you look at it,
Hand out, focusing on it.
You put your hand up as you feel the energy pulsing through you. Make a religion check with advantage.
Oh,
Use
okay.
the force, Andre.
Net 20.
Oh,
22. 22, baby.
As you reach your hand out and look at Nissa, you feel this amount of power start feeling through your fingertips. You can, as you stand, you can feel the light that was hitting this anvil. It's almost as if it's touching you. As you focus, like Grim, you stare at Andre as he holds his hand out and the light starts traveling through him. This little automaton cookie just looks and goes, "Oh," and as you call it, just whoosh, it goes back into your head, and almost a little shockwave just goes through the room as everyone just sort of gets a little gust of wind just hushed back at him. As it does, it enters your head, and you stare at it, and you can feel the javelin humming. As the light hits it, you can go ahead. And I don't even know if this is creative, but just,
What the hell?
but God, I wasn't expecting this. AKSAD. So
And
now,
I wanted 5 of these.
yeah. For this one, I want you to add and this is because of your net 20, I want you to add a +2 javelin of returning, so this javelin can
Holy
come back into
shit.
you hear this voice behind you go, "Holy shit." I'd like to say that was all me, but well, hopefully you're pleased with my work. I will take 200 gold. You've got one of them, and I will work on these other 4. The other 2 I can shine, but I don't think I'll be able to. Other 3, but I don't think I'll be able to get as much magic out of it. It will take some time, maybe a day. Or actually, as she looks, she goes, "Come meet me in the afternoon. It should be done by then. I've got a few tasks to run, a few swords to make, but we'll get it done."
I'm just standing there with this, just baffled at what this blacksmith's done with one of his javelins, and he'll just look back at her and just say, "I unfortunately do not have the funds at this moment.
You see,
So I would have to leave this with you until I do get those funds. This
she is.
magnificent weapon."
You see, like this like bright smile goes over her face. She just like always rubs her eyes. She goes, isn't that good? No, you know what? That's fine. You leave your other. How many of these javelins do you actually need? Do you want some of these?
Does she want some of the javelins?
Yeah. As she looks, she goes, "Here's what we do. You seem like an honorable enough character, and believe me, if you were with my god, he would definitely be with you after what I saw. Take that," and she goes, "Take that javelin. If you want, leave the javelins that you want repaired. I can probably only do about 3 more by the afternoon, and I can hold those until you can pay for the rest, but I think that one will do very well with you for now. Maybe use it to get the money, huh?"
Andre will just, thank you. This is very generous of you.
Oh,
I'll just chuck out, 50 gold now,
she nods.
just as a bit of a down payment.
She's like, "Oh, thank you. You know in Cyberpunk when Victor does all your mods and you're like, 'I'll pay you back, Victor,' and then you don't pay him back." Just imagine it. Like you have the choice to pay him back, but you don't have to. And then like when you pay him back, he's like, "Oh, okay." But I will put that. So, are you leaving 3 javelins with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
As she looks, she goes,
yeah.
"Oh my gosh! I can't believe you got a natural 20. That is insane." Um,
Well, I was just expecting for it to just sharpen it a little, and that's it.
as she looks, she goes, "Oh, were you expecting something lesser? I don't think you know where you are. This is Phandalin, where dreams are made." And she goes, "And please, tell my blacksmithing friends and door." No, I'm just joking. After each endless summon, I'll just write it down to a GP, 50 paid.
Yeah, because I don't think there is one of returning.
It's right. Just write a note in there that's returning, and I can make one for you.
Yep.
All right.
So she's got 3. So I've got my divine one,
Yeah,
this
you're javelin down, dude.
and I've got just one normal one too.
All right. One normal javelin, one returning javelin, one divine javelin.
Hopefully,
Excellent.
like 4 returnings.
As you as you go to leave, she looks at Larp, you and Grim. She goes, "Sorry, I don't think there's much I can do for you. You seem like the woody type." This little automaton Larp walks up to you and just sort of stares at you. He holds his hand out to you. What do you do?
So after he's like left the thing, like he's walking up.
Well, I'll say I'll still be in
Oh,
the.
yeah, you're still there. He's just checking out
Just waiting for you.
checking out his javelins. It's javelins.
Okay. Can I hold the little robot's hand?
you
And
feel
then
go on.
sorry. Can I okay. Can I put 40 gold coins on Andre's chest?
Oh, you see, as you hold a hand and you pull out some gold, and you sort of look over at like sort of motion over to Andre, and then this is like looks. She's like, "Oh, okay, I'll add 40 gold to nice." Look at that, Andre.
Thank you very much.
A thank you for healing that horse that was mysteriously injured when we were fighting the goblins.
Well, thank you very much.
And I'll just keep holding the robot's hand.
As you hold his head, it almost as if he's like just staring into your eyes, and then you notice an almost sort of click, almost as if like a refrigerator inside his stomach. What do you do?
Can I ask the blacksmith what's he doing?
She looks over. She goes, "Oh, well, he does this weird thing a lot. You don't have to hold his hand, I guess." And then you see Cookie sort of like look over it like this, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" It's like she's just like, you did hear you see a little smoke come out of his head, just like this plume of smoke, and then you hear a beep, almost as if one of those like those old school toaster ovens. You just see this beep, and in front of you notice this the stomach of this abdomen of this automaton just like opens up, it swings open, and he reaches in and he hands you a chocolate bar.
Oh my god, can we keep him? What's the fun?
Wait. as he puts it, as you're holding his hand, he sort of moves over and just puts a chocolate bar in your hand, and you notice it's made up of like 1, 2, 3, like five, like five little like how the is it the caramellos or whatever they come with, like bricks, like five little bricks of chocolate.
Mm.
And then as he leaves it in your hand, you notice that even though it's quite hot in there, it doesn't seem to melt. But as he leaves it in there, it just sort of looks at you and then closes your hand, and then just turns around to Grim and just sort of just like awkwardly like waves, and then just wanders off, just sort of toddles off back to the bench to sit on it. So you can add 1 chocolate bar, and when you eat it, let me know what happens. Oh, when you eat it.
Okay.
Oh, so you can so it's got 5 pieces, but you can eat them all or one at a time. It's up to you.
Oh, I think that's the thing.
Oh, you know what's funny? So this is a bit of meta. Mika's not here for this. So I don't know if he's gonna watch this, but he's gonna be like, "What?" That's for him to find out. As you guys leave. Meanwhile, goodness gracious me. Sorry, there was nothing else you guys wanted to do. There was it.
No, we'll just thank her and then be on our way.
All right. I'll say as you guys leave and start heading in towards town, Akiron, you see Voldy pass you as you just start wandering through the town. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, or like that you're trying to look at, or?
No, I'm just sort of walking. Are there any people about, or is there anyone around the buildings or anything? I want to slowly make my way to the church, if possible.
All right. As you, it doesn't take that long. As you walk and see Voldy pierce off towards the Sleeping Giant Tavern, you literally walk and try to look for where some semblance of the church is. As you get to this small, well, not small, this large sort of area, you can see on the ground it looks like to be scuffs, as if this is a place where maybe stalls and market stands are set up on different days and where festivals are being held. And you stand in the middle and just look around. You can see all these houses. You get a few funny looks from the villagers around, and you notice that a few more of these sort of red scarfed men make a insight check. 18. You feel as if they've been following you. As you see them, they're about 60 feet away. They haven't been, actively, but it's, as if, when you're brown and you walk around a supermarket.
Yep. Security.
Yeah, security in the aisle 11. No, I'm like, dude, I'm rich. Anyway, I have
My
money.
mum's white.
Yeah, I'm half caste. What's going on? As they stare at you in distance, you hear a voice from behind you. Say, "Well, what is this? Another lost soul looking for redemption, or something else?" You hear this voice of this woman behind you. What do you do?
I'm just going to turn around and I'm going to say, "What did you say?"
Lost souls? Redemption? Or something else?
You feel it. You have a large shadow of you.
Going to slowly remove my mask to reveal my blue eyes. And I just want to take this time to just give a little background for the lady. So one of my features is Heart of Darkness. So people that look into my eyes can see that I have faced unimaginable horror, and that I'm no stranger to darkness. And although most may fear me, most people want to help.
As you take your mask off and look at this woman, you turn, you see this red-haired lady wearing quite simple clothes. That has one of those cloaks, and this green shirt. Looks like it's made of some type of silk. She has her hand over her navel. They're just sort of in a resting pose. So let's get you in here. As you look at her and she looks at you, she doesn't look scared. She's not afraid of you. But she smiles as she goes, "Are you eating? You... well... perhaps you'd like some tea." You see behind her this large massing of stones just sort of cobbled together. They go higher and higher and higher, and almost in this dome shape. And you can look past and you can see inside to be this amalgamation of different stones set at different heights. I think called kids. You know those the Viking things we like. It's just all those weird stones like placed in formation and just held there. You see, like, must be dozens of them all around the place. I'll just reveal it. And she looks at you in the eye and she goes, "Would you like some tea? Perhaps some talk? You look hurt."
I will place down the lantern and the mask and take a seat wherever I can.
Are you gonna leave? So you want to leave the lantern, mask and the lantern outside of this area? She beckons you in?
I'll leave them right at the door, still in view, but I won't bring them in.
All right. Just in case, make an insight check to see if you.
I'm gonna do it on here. Hopefully. Nice. 26.
26. It's almost as if you knew, you could feel it as you took your mask off and walked into this building. Like, reactively, you put the lantern down at this place. You could feel as you walked in the almost energy rushing through, as it felt like your hand had started sinking as you started putting it down. Like, the lantern didn't even want to go in, like it couldn't go in. As you walk in, she sits you down on some piling of stones. She goes and hands you what looks like to be this cup
full of a liquid of unknown origin.
Nice, my favorite.
As you hold this cup, you can smell the sort of aroma hits you as it flows through you. The sort of rich smell of this this tea. It sort of fills your sinuses, your nasal cavities, as it almost like as if just a bit of blockage that was in you has just freed up. And it feels calm even as you hold it. As she looks at you over, she goes, "So, was it redemption? Or was it something else?"
I speak not of what haunts me. It is my burden to bear, and I will share it with no one.
That is with you. Hey. And she looks around, she goes, "The Shrine of Good Luck was made for all the people of Phandalin. A lot of different religions ended up here. Some chased away, some looking for a brighter future. Nearly all religions are accepted here. We all worship in the same place to our gods. Do you see your god here?" As you look,
Religion.
yeah, and she looks over. You see all of these pedestals with different, almost effigies. You see like dragons. This like wooden, uh, like like little wicker man things. You notice one of this pedestal, at the back just has a ray of light just hitting it, and nothing else is on it. It's just a ray of light, hitting the back plate. You see one which is just this hammer, like this hammer that just rests on top of this pedestal, and another which looks like to be just a cold shard of ice just embedded into one of the rocks. You aren't religious.
It's never one for religion. My parents, they believed in something, but I never have.
As she looks at you, she goes, "Interesting." And she goes, "I must say, I would have mistaken you for a worshipper of the Raven Queen. The way you dress. But I could tell there was something different about you. People who follow the Raven Queen don't usually have so much burden on them. I apologize for your burdens." She goes, as she looks at you, she goes, "Have you ever heard the story of Nazari the Black?"
I can't say that I have.
As you drink this tea, she goes the story. She tells the story of a man that, though faithless, it seemed as though some higher power had wanted something great for him, and although he had casted it off, he couldn't escape his fate. That he was chosen, and although he fought and fought, in the end, he was almost against his will made a servant. But in the end, having not being able to accept that his life has faded, he ended his own life and took it all away as one sort of grew you to his gods that he never chose. As she looks at you, she goes, "You might be like Nazari, or you may not. But no, even if you are fated, you can always choose not to be." And I feel this is the same path you're on. As she turns and looks, she goes, "I apologize. My place is one of religion of worship. For those who are faithful, I can offer blessings and tidings. Is there anything you were searching for? Maybe I could help you with."
Yes, I was going to look for a way to keep my lantern concealed. I hear things. That lantern it's from a bad time in my life, and although I feel like I need it, I just can't bear seeing it and hearing it. I need to hide it somehow.
She looks at you. Her eyes sort of narrow. She's like, "I saw the lantern when you entered. I noticed you didn't bring it in here. Why?"
Instinct, I guess. Something told me it just didn't belong. I know what the lantern's seen, I know what it does to some extent, and you seem like a good person, and like I said before, my burden is my burden. I won't bring it into your place.
See, she walks with you over to where you put the lantern. Um, you notice as she stares at it, she doesn't dare touch it. She asks you, she goes, "Please, could you?" As she motions for you to bring it up to her. Um, and she looks it over. Make a Arcana check.
17.
17. You see, she casts what looks like to be some incantation over it. And she starts swirling it. As you hold this lantern up, you see her eyes turn white for a second. As she does it, and then she shakes it off, but she looks at you, she goes, "I'm afraid, just like you, its burdens are yours to bear, and yours alone. It seems as though the more powerful you get, it too will be. Have you tried talking to it?"
Walking to it.
There's something in this lantern that isn't just a lantern. I can tell that. It's obvious. These sources, these things that you hear, these voices. Oh, sorry, you don't know that. I don't know that. So, DM, these things that haunt you. When I tried to discern what the lantern was, it was as if millions of people were screaming out in terror, and then suddenly, silence. feel a great disturbance in the forge.
And
That music climbing too. Sorry.
how would you suggest I go about talking to the lantern? You see, when I said it, I heard things. I did mean I heard voices, but to talk to them, it's not something that I can do.
Perhaps when you feel this lantern drawing power or getting stronger, when it opens itself up to you and the world, that might be the best time to find some of the answers you seek. Because I'm sorry I can't be more help. I can't do this though. It only works for a day, but you may find some use. As she puts her hand sort of over you and does swirls some incantations, you have detect good and evil currently on you. So it sounds like it means good and evil, but that means you can detect fiend, fae, undead, celestials, and primordial beings for 24 hours. She goes, "This might help. There's something nearby. When the lantern comes, you might be able to talk to it then." She just nods her head and walks back into the shrine.
Sweet. I'm going to put my mask back on, but also going to take my hat off, leave it outside the door with 10 gold in it, and just prop up the hood on my cloak. So now I'm hooded.
Yeah. Nice. Now you're just like full
Just a crow.
just a crow, just a full crow, full raven. It's alright. Alright. Meanwhile, as you walk as you walk out of the shrine, you notice now these people that were staring at you. It seems that their numbers have doubled, although they are keeping their distance. These red sort of masked individuals just sort of eye you down as you begin walking. And as you walk out, you notice to the north you can see Andre, Mark, and Grim making their way south towards you. And you notice Andre is holding this new sort of shiny javelin that he's just sort of, doing some appraisal work with, where he's like,
How does the detect work?
okay, so how it works? So just make a note, because I don't think you have the spell. So whenever you're within, I believe, is it within 30 feet?
I have the spell.
Oh yeah. So pretty much, yeah. Is it 30 feet?
Yep. South, 30 feet.
Yeah,
It's a
yes.
concentration
You
spell.
say the red scarfed people are out of that range?
They are. So they're about 60 feet
Yep.
feet away. Yeah, they're like a minimum of 60 feet away. Yeah. So yeah,
Cool.
so you've got it for 24 hours, which is wacky. No concentration. But if they're aberrations, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead, and within 30 feet of you, you can feel it. Yeah, you can feel the aura.
Yep.
All right. And away you go, wandering. You see these people. So, Valdi, as you make your
Howdy.
making your way to there you go.
Nice castle.
Yeah.
So
Making
many
your way to
references to
the sleeping giant, and you come across individuals on your way there, just here we go. That is so like tame. It's even tamer. Okay. Oh, that'll do. As you make your way down the road towards Sleepy Giant, and you notice as you get further and further down the road, there seems to be a lot of individuals just hanging mostly around the Sleepy Giant, and all wearing the sort of same uniform. They've got these red scarves on, and different sort of humdrum armor collections. And you notice there seems to be a large concentration of them hanging outside the Sleeping Giant. And I always call it inn, but that's a tavern. It's both. I mean, you can sleep there, so technically it is an inn. The Sleeping Giant tap. Oh, it's called a tap house. There we go. As you get closer, you can hear the sound of like raucous, sort of partying going on inside. Just sound. At one point, as you walk it, man, I want some more exciting. This isn't that exciting.
For like a rowdy bar. This is
Yeah. This is like chill airs.
That seems better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, even more better.
That as you walk into this tap house, just you open the door, and as you're opening, just someone comes out, and you just see like a dude just get thrown out of the building by this sort of short dwarf, and he's wearing this almost Keystone Cops policeman hat, and he's like, "Stay up, you filthy little shite! I'm tired of you little buggers coming in here. No gold, no pride." As he throws him out, he looks up at you and goes, "Holy shit! Did you eat a few of me?"
No, I've been this way for as long as I can remember.
Oh God, I want whatever you've been eating. God, my Lord, you're like a well, I hate to say it, a giant. Yes. As he looks down, he goes, "Welcome to Sleeping Giant Tap House. My name is Mugni. I am the bouncer. I can see my mother over there, Krista. You have a look behind him as he signals to this to this lady, this sort of rough, burly dwarven woman. You notice she's got this little goatee and under her, just bits of like facial hair growing out of her, and she's like, "No." She's like, "Oh, good morning. Oh, look what you've got there, Mugni."
Just wave and nod to acknowledge it.
That's not what I wanted. Do so. I'm just feeling. As you walk in, you just have to imagine because all the things are there. Along these tables are just bunches of sort of drunkards, roaming around the tables. You see what looks like to be women. It's you feel like this is quite a lively place for being maybe 12 in the afternoon. As you get closer, you see this woman wiping the bench top. She goes, "Hi, now you are a specimen. I believe I can serve you well. What are you having? What are you drinking?"
The strongest whiskey
Whiskey? Well, there's a man who knows about breathing fire or ice. She walks over to the back. You see this Mogni sort of walk over behind you and sort of sits himself at the bench top. He goes, "So, you look like you've been traveling. How's it been going?"
That's been alright. Fought a bunch of goblins on the way into town before.
Goblins? Nasty creatures they are. Oh, I remember one time, me mother Krishna grabbed the goblin by the two ears and ripped him clean off. And then right there, you see, she walks in and goes, "Aye, 2 ears, no ears, not like they use them ears anyway, and they hardly pay. Whiskey." You see, she puts like a little cup down and fills it, like normal, and then she like looks at you. She goes, "Would you like the whole bottle?"
How much?
And she looks up. She goes, "Since you're a first-time customer, you can have it for 20 silver."
I'll slap a gold piece on the bar.
Yeah, he slapped and goes, "Oh, I like you very much. Cheers!" As everybody's like, "Yeah!" You can add
That's
one
me
bottle
down
of
to
whiskey
46.
to your inventory.
A bottle of whiskey. Here, yeah.
You notice there's a lot of red brands. Oh, sorry, red. They've got red brands. Red masked individuals in here, but they've all sort of taken them off and they've like unclosed. Where they're like, they're not really on duty as they sit around various tables. You notice one of them is at the back of the room. He seems to be talking to a few people, and although he's shorter than you, he does have quite a large stature about him. As he walks past, he goes, "Oh, excuse me, I have to go past."
I get up and move out of his way so he can go past.
As he walks past, he goes, "Say, you seem like a strong individual. Have you thought of joining up with the Red Brands?"
The what, sorry?
"Oh, the Red Brands. That's us. We're usually, guardsmen, adventurers, mercenaries, pretty much whatever the town needs. Right at the moment, what they need is us drinking."
Well, as tempting as it is at this present point in time, I'm currently on my own path of destiny.
"Oh, I respect you for that. Say, you seem like a lovely enough guy. If you're still here, maybe we could help you out. The Red Bread's always here to serve." As he wanders off, just sort of whistling to himself, he takes off into the back rooms and disappears. As you're handed this whiskey, you can see there's a number of a few empty chairs, but it seems all of them are full of just random bargoers. Is there any place you'd like to sit, or are you just happy chilling?
I'm happy standing off to the side, just out of everybody's way and observing.
All right.
Because being a big fella, I'd imagine sitting was a challenge.
You notice as you're drinking this as this lady looks and goes, "By the way, I don't know if anybody told you, my name's Krista. I run this bar. I've been running it for the last 50 years. This is my son Magni, and you can find my other son. He's over there. You see this one dwarf just sitting on the ground, just like still got like this little Keystone Cops hat on. He's like, "That's Magni. He's wake the fuck up, you little shite!" Just like throws a bottle at him. He's like, "Ah, war never changes." He bumps around. He's like, "So, you say you're on a mission? Sounds dangerous."
Yeah, it is. God, what even is my mission? 1 second. Uh,
Oh, there they are.
essentially, my god, Irma has warned me of the blight and sent me to claim glory and do other things in regards to the blight.
You hear? She goes, the blight. Aye, we've heard of that. Lucky for us, it hasn't come to Phandalin. Although I think the outer farms have been having problems with that.
The elder farms, you say?
Yes. Yes. As she points, she sort of looks, points both ways, she goes, so on one side, we have the Inamouth orchards. She points to the northwest. But you can write down there. She sort of gives you directions.
Yep.
She goes, there you can find down Inamouth. He's well, he used to be a paladin, some righteous old guzzle that is. But, you know, he sells cider, which is the drink of babies. You hear, like, the dwarves just laughing. He's like, aye, apples, apples, apples. Yes. We all know the best thing to drink is a pure potato. You see, like, everything, aye. She goes, he might be able to help you with the blight. Otherwise, you can see Colleen. Oh, gosh, what's her name? Elderleaf, yeah. You can see Colleen Elderleaf. She's on the northeast side of town. She runs the local farm. Wheat is gold. She's actually a pretty little one.
Northeast, right?
Yeah. As she points, she points out the window. You see, she sort of signals, sort of maybe a few blocks over at the edge of town as a farm. She goes, mind you, if you want to, you know, not get into too much trouble, I would stay away from the Tresendar Manor. It's old and it's rickety, and the adventurers go there thinking they're going to find money. They find nothing, or they don't come back at all. That's all I'm going to say about that. You see these two bouncers just sort of awkwardly, like, looking at it like,
Sounds like fun.
Aye. And she looks, she goes, remember, if you're not looking for trouble, don't go there. Just winks. Make an insight check.
Insight. Oh, yo. 19.
19. You see, whenever she mentions the Tresendar matter, you can feel as if people are looking at her, if that makes sense. Like, they're actively, when they heard that, they sort of glance her looks and just sort of, so just, I'm putting it individuals, just, so you know there's people around.
What was that place? The name, sorry?
That's
yeah.
Tristan Darmetta. As she goes, well, I guess, well, I mean, I know you're not looking to go there, but if you follow this path literally all the way to the end, you'll come to this large hill, and at the top of the hill is this mansion. It's said to be haunted. It's all guff, if you ask me. You are this individual walks up beside you and looks at you, and then looks at Gris and goes, 4 jugs of water. Gris just sort of looks and goes, of course. And see, she just ducks out. With your insight check from a boy, you can tell, like, this individual has kind of made the dwarves nervous. As she comes back with these 4 jugs of water, he looks and doesn't even say thank you as he just walks off back into the room.
What's that about?
I wouldn't want to go too far into it. I don't know if you know this, but this is the Palace of the Red Brands for the time being, until they get approval to move on out. You hear like the Red Brands like, we'll never move out, Krista. This is our favorite joint. You see, she just sort of nervously laughs like, yeah, please leave, you fucks. She goes, but bears, good, they pay. You notice one behind you is just giving you a bit of side eye, like. He's just sort of, you know, where he's like trying to like suss you out. He's like got the old
Yep.
like.
What are you trying to see?
Well, you don't look like much. I think I could take you right now. Ah!
I open my bottle of whiskey and take a big swig. And then look at him and smile.
He looks over as he goes, all right. Yeah. And you hear like a couple of the other red brands like, oh, come on, no, don't do it. Come on, wait, you think it's no. This is a man who knows about tussles. I'm the best tussler there is. He goes, 10 gold. I can beat you hand to hands right here, right now. How about it?
I take another mouthful of whiskey and nod my head in agreement.
You hear everybody go, ooh. You hear Grista behind go, take it outside. I don't want you messing up the furniture. It's already broken.
Of course. I walk out the door, beckoning the drunkard to follow.
He looks at you and goes, oh, you don't know what you've messed with. As oh, there you go. Ugh. I was like looking for him. You see this burly individual wearing a red scarf around his neck. He sort of drinks his beer, just sort of throws it on the ground, and you hear Gris like, "Oh, fuck sakes!" And it's just walking into the clash, and you hear people cheering as a bunch of individuals come outside to watch you tussle. All right. In the distance, Andre, Akiron, Lark, and Grim, you all hear just the sound of like loud, raucous sort of yeah, coming from down the road. What do?
Go towards it.
All right.
My boy's coming to back me up.
Akiron, as you hear these sort of loud yelps, the sort of loud roars, you look over to the side and you see these red brands. Oh God, I keep calling them red brands. These red masked individuals, staring at you, and as Andre moves to walk towards where the noise is coming from, they look at you. What do?
I'm going to move in the direction of Andre as well, so that we could try and assemble, just in case there's trouble.
As you walk off towards the direction of Sleeping Giant Tap House, you notice as you're walking, you see this man walk out of the Stonehill Inn, and he's with Tom, the guy you met earlier. You see he's also wearing a red scarf around his, not really around his neck, but around his head. He's got this big, fat, sort of scraggly beard. I'm just going to chuck you guys here, just So the CCs. As you look, he's like, "No, Junior, what's going on?" You hear Tom say to this guy, he's like, there's a fight breaking out, Dad. We gotta go watch it. Let's go. As you just see, this like freaking red man who's got this headband on his head just takes off with Tom, and they're sort of walking a few steps in front of you. As you get closer, you can see the figure of these two large, burly individuals. One, you can see the top of his head over the top of the other one. And as you get closer, you see that it is Voldy, and this other one who's also not as tall, but probably much wider than Voldy is staring at him. You see them all sort of, these red brands all gather around and they're hooping and harring, just Gosh, I didn't realize how long, to put tokens in. Please. Kieran, as you walk with Andre, you notice these people also, once they see you moving towards the sleeping giant, I just made you upside down. They do follow, but as you walk up, Andre with and behind Olero and Tom, you see Tom turns around and goes, there you are. He goes, as you guys are walking towards, he goes, I wanted you to meet my son. This is Junior. Tommy, say hello to the boys. They saved me. I think you can pay them something, right? I haven't really got any way. You see, Olero look at his dad and look at you. He goes, of course, he helped out my dad. You're out of my book, but I want to watch this fight. How about we all go look, eh? Pip. And he's just move on there. Sorry, Tom's thing disappeared. So all right. As we get here, you hear the sort of loud crowd gathering, and there seems like a lot of these sort of soldiers everywhere, just sort of clapping and watching a fight about to break out. You see this man who's just sort of yeah. Come watch the power of Bonesaw. I'ma cut you in half, little man. Obviously, you're much taller than bigger than him. I'll get you to make actually. No, he won't. Roll initiative.
Initiative.
All of us saw just him.
Just Voldy. At least you get. At this time, as you see a fight's breaking out, is there anything you guys are doing? Well,
Andre will just stand by and watch. And just keep an eye out on the crowd. Make sure no one tries to jump in.
all right. You see, as you watch the crowd, you see Olero looks at you. He sort of.
I use
Yep.
detect. Am I detecting anything at the moment?
One moment. As you walk closer, you detect the presence of something. You can see where it is to the northwest. You see a woman watching the fight, her arms folded. She has a hood over her head and this red scarf. And you see her eyes are silver as she stands watching the fight. But she's just watching. Apart from that, you can't detect anything. This is the person who's picking. You are unsure as you feel this presence of what exactly they are. It's almost as if two different things surround her. She feels a mixture of both celestial and undead. With that, sorry, okay, with the 14, as this loud sort of roar breaks out, Voldy, you have the first round. What do you do?
Well, I go into rage for my bonus action.
He's overkill.
You just like, as he starts like saying, "I'm gonna saw you in half, little man." He just like looks almost in slow motion as you just look at him and just gorge in size as you just start towering over him. I'm gonna be honest with you. As you grow to this size, he looks at you and just says, but it's your turn. What do you do?
Can I say something like without it being an action, or does it count as an action?
Go on. What do you say?
Okay, I'd tell him, "Are you sure you want to do this then?"
You see the whole, as you grow this massive in size, and you look at him and go, "Are you sure you want to do?" You notice everybody's just like, and you see this guy just like stare at you, and you just feel like 10 gold just hit your feet. He's just like, you know, before I said little man, I meant like in terms of yeah, shit. No, I don't want to fight, sir. You see all these other guards around just sort of boo at him, just like booing him. He's like looking as, do you want to fight him? Do you want to fight the big man? That's it.
Hang on, I just got the bro shirt up at the door.
Oh, yeah,
So yeah, I'll just for my other action, I'll end my rage and then pick up the 10 pieces. I'll be back.
All right, you can have 10 pieces when you get there. Well, you see, as he shrinks back inside, Andre, you hear just overhear people saying, "That's a waste of time." Oh, he goes, "Well, I don't know, you can turn into a giant. That's bullshit." He goes, and you hear one person in the back like, "I could take him. Even in that size." The other one goes, he's listening, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, let's go." As they all sort of head back inside, Olaro just sort of looks over at what just happened, looks back at you guys and goes, "So, I owe you for my father, which I'm quite grateful for. Is there anything I can do?"
Do you have 110 gold pieces?
He goes, "Well, I suppose." Yes. Is this only gold you're after? I can't do anything else. I must say, you all have a certain set of skills that would make you perfect for the red brands. Akiron, that person that you pinged, as everyone's walking away and it seems only the dregs are left, you notice her and she looks at you and the rest of you. And she just walks inside.
Question, really quickly.
Yep.
So, where she was before, was it within 30 feet, would you say?
It was directly, like, it was just 30 feet.
Okay. The lantern can detect undead within 30 feet.
Oh, yep.
Did the lantern give any indication as well?
As you detected this, your lantern did not.
Okay. That's
Yeah. As he goes, so 110 gold, that all you I don't suppose you'd want to be a member of the Red Brands. You guys still seem like the type.
green.
I would have to decline your offer, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I guess money it is. Guys, was there anything else I could help you with? My father, he's precious to me. To come all the way out here and die on the side of the road. Oh, exits, man. Trying to remember exits. I didn't realize it would be so hard. He's caught me in it.
Do you know of any
I'll just change the
goblin caves around these parts?
Goblin caves. You see, he goes, yeah, I do, strangely enough. Yes. Actually, there's been a bounty put out by Lynette Greywood. I try to see if some of the Red Brands wanted to take it, but they're not interested. Apparently there's a cave of goblins not too far from here that have been ambushing the roads. It's actually been quite a problem. Although the Red Brands have been getting their supplies from somewhere else, the rest of the town have been having quite a hard time. I would check with her.
Hey, the bro wants to say hi. Sorry.
Oh, check.
Hey,
Oh, it's Leighton.
What's up, tech partners?
Say, partner.
What's up, my dudes?
What are you up to?
No, I just had to drop Burns off because his car was nicked.
Nicked.
what?
Yeah, and not like the shitty wrestler nicked, like fucking. Oh, yeah, that was ratchet. So I parked up to Countdown to get some flowers and shit, and then I looked over, and I seen that Burns was in the car park pacing, the boxing car park, and so I went over there and I heard him on the phone to like cops or someone, and he was reviewing footage of the cameras, and it turned out some fucking asshole stole his car. But admittedly, he left his key in the door, so that'll do it.
Oh fuck.
But yeah, pretty ratchet.
Those
He
rats.
was saying his boots are in there, his boots, his merch,
Oh,
like his whole set of keys was obviously there, and all his weed was in the car. So he's fucked. And his herb thing, his dry herb thing. Fucking ratchet, man. It sucks.
well.
Jeez.
Anyway, Liam was just explaining a bit of this D&D. Looks pretty fun, eh?
Yeah.
Get in on.
Right. Yeah, we're playing it right now.
Looks fun, boys. I'll leave you to it, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a good one, tag partners. Anyone else?
Say, partner.
Laters, boys. Godspeed. Winter's coming. I don't know. Sweet, I'll be back.
That's ratchet. That's ratchet, lads. That's all right. Damn. With that, as he calls, he goes, "We should trek with Lynette Greywind. She's put a bounty out. They've been harassing deliveries for some time. I'd say this." As he sort of looks, he goes, "The red brands here don't really do much apart from harassing people." He just looks over. He looks over your shoulder, Akiron, and you see these the red brands that were sort of watching you. As he looks over, he tells them, he like looks at them and like shoos them off. As they do, they're like oh shit, and they just like scatter off. Yes, I'm saying that they're just bored and lazy.
I want to ask, if I can. He mentioned the red brands were getting their supplies from elsewhere. Can I question that?
Yeah, he looks. As he looks at you, he make a persuasion check.
$15.
15. He looks. He goes. As he see he gets a bit hushed as he looks over his shoulder. You see, he looks over to where you saw that woman was and notices that she's gone.
Yeah.
And then he walks over and goes, "I really shouldn't talk about it here of all places. There's too many people listening it. But this is what I can offer." He looks there and he goes, "So, if you guys are gonna go stop those goblins, I'm happy to come along and help. I haven't been doing anything for the city since God knows when." Yes, "I know the area quite well, although I don't know where they are in general. I'm a great healer, or a magician, whatever you need." Because as he says that, he goes, as he says that, he gets close to you guys, he goes, "Perhaps when we're a bit out of the town, I can talk more freely on it. If that's okay." You see, Oloro's dad just sort of looks at him like, "Junior?" He goes, "I don't worry about it, Pop. Nothing to worry about. I'd say that's it. If you guys go to the Lynn Greywind, she might be able to point you in the right direction. Pick up a bounty. I know she's been looking for some adventurers to take care of that. You come and find me, and then I can perhaps take a cart. We can go have a look around for these goblins, huh?"
Sounds good.
He like looks at all you, like looks at all each of you. He goes, "Ma'am, tree, sir, giant." It's just sort of like he goes, sir, scary man." He goes, "I must say, you definitely look like an adventuring party. That's for sure." As he gives you the sort of directions to Lion Shield Costa, what is it, 1016? With this knowledge armed, and this promise of bounties, I'd say we end it here for the thing, and then we can work it out. But yeah, until the next time when we can formulate a plan, I'd say. 200. Yeah, of course. So what he'll do is he will give you each for helping his dad, for not killing him. Also, bit of I think most of you have stuff, but if you give me a list of just 3 magic items that you guys are wanting, just have a look at the DMG or the player's handbook, or stuff that, like, it doesn't have to be like weapons, but you might want like a potion or like a bag of holding, something like that. But if you could get down three items, and oh my god, wow.
Wow.
I roll. Doesn't even have that much money. I roll. How much? So I've got like a D. You know the D100 that no one uses. So I've got the D100 and the
Yeah.
D10, and I roll it to see how much he's got to pay you all. I rolled that. It was a 10 and a 0. So this is dumb, and I shouldn't have rolled it. But you guys get 200 gold each.
What? Damn, we're
Yeah.
How many
rich.
does this guy have?
He is. Yeah, well, he'll tell you about it.
100
Sorry,
gold.
sorry,
What a myth.
a thousand gold,
What was that again? 200 each.
200 each.
Pay off your javelins.
Bruh.
Let's say 256 gold.
That is insane. That was like a natural 20 on this D100. I was like, okay, so a 10. So you have a 10, which is, well, you have a 0, which means like 10, and then you have a 0 on here, which means 100. So I was like, all right, so 100, because it goes up in 10, so yeah, 200.
My God.
This is freaking
Insane. I must have missed some good shit.
yeah.
Not really. You didn't miss
Not
much.
really. It's just pay yells for saving his dad. It's his dad, man. He loves his puppy.
Just a quick question, Slim. Because I won that fight, do I gain any experience?
I'm happy
Hell
you
no.
said that. So for getting to the village, we can do experience now if you guys want to get ready. So
I thought we did experience.
so you did experience for the fight. So you also have like a bit of quest experience. You get for initiating quests and all that stuff. So we have, and you know what? To be honest, completing, like getting Tom to like his son is such a, Tom just dies. That's all Tom does. Same as every year, Jay. This every cart driver and adventure games is supposed to die.
But
Yeah,
in the 2 campaigns I've had
saved
good luck,
both of them.
and they've been saved.
All right, so let's see. Number of characters.
So I've got a good track record with keeping people alive.
This is what we want.
Yeah. All right. So we got 5
Well,
characters.
actually,
And you guys. Okay, so
I didn't realize you were streaming.
Oh yeah. I was just seeing how it goes. If it was working or not. Hopefully it's
I would have turned my thingy on.
Oh, that's fine. The voice is still going through. I just wanted something else part of the thing. Okay, so you guys, each of you get 750 XP, and
Well,
for that combat. Now this is funny. Okay, you get. I'll leave this. Voldy, did you want to split your XP or do you want to take it all? It's up to you. I mean, you literally you were there. So I mean,
You're not going to tell me how much it is until I decide, aren't you?
yeah.
we'll see. Would have to divide it up.
Take it all.
It's up to you, man.
Yeah, I'll take it all.
That's right. It's
How dare you take it all? How dare you?
Rude. No. It's 700 XP. You get extra 700 XP.
Wolf.
Bro, just going rage.
Yeah. I love when you like. I was thinking like, if this man goes rage, there's nothing.
Yeah, that was my plan right from the start. Just go fucking rage.
Does your rage have
Scare
like
the shit out of
a
him.
slot?
I don't think it does.
No, yeah, he could rage 2 times per short rest. Was it?
Long, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, like an amount of times for long rest. That's all right. And so that's okay. So in terms of if you guys wanted to start the next session heading towards the goblin, like towards the goblin thing, we can do that. And if we are, You guys can, if you message me or put on the Discord, you've got like a bit of downtime because I'd say it's probably about 2 o'clock or so in game. So, and depending if you guys wanted to leave in the morning or when you wanted to leave,
We'll probably pay to go talk to the lady first, just in
With the
case there are
bounty?
other details.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Also
right.
leveled
That's
up.
sweet. I'd say because we can run that before the session next time, and then would you guys want to take a rest or would you guys just like to carry on from there?
I'm good to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should probably carry on.
What
Okay.
do we do when we level up, Slim? Because I've just leveled up.
Oh, you?
Same.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
Slim.
Slim Shady is what my brother calls me. You can go to when you go to edit on your character.
Yep.
And then you'll see your class list. You could just click the drop
Change
down
3
and
to
then
4?
add change 3 to 4. And away you go.
Easy. What do I get from that? Ability score improvement. Reach level 4.
yeah. You can get feats and stuff. Yeah,
Can
and level
increase one
4.
ability score of your choice by 2. Or increase 2 abilities of your choice by 1.
So yeah, you can either increase your ability score or you can have a feat. I don't know if you've got the feat.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want some tips on what feats to take, let me know. Otherwise, you can just look it up on YouTube. For martial characters,
YouTube, yeah.
there's a lot of good ones for martial, especially barbarians.
So I might have to think on that until next time.
There's literally ones where like
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah 2 weeks to smash it up, but that's cool. That's all right. XP's being given. So that's 750. Any other questions?
I am good. Anyone else?
No, I think I'm sweet.
All right. Well, show
Did
you
all
guys
I
for
needed to do.
show you guys for that. I'm sorry about that. Like I had a lot of things pre-programmed in, and the fact I didn't even realize that like redoing my layer would like delete all the tokens. I was like, oh, I have lost a lot. But I mean, it is Sleeping Giant in, and we will start again in 2 weeks' time by checking out Light Shield Costa. Find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Shot you guys for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. We shall see next time in Legend of Phandelver. GG's, boys.
Hell
GG's.
yeah.
Goodbye.
See you.
Bye.